between the coming of the One and the end of the war.
Is it over?
Neo's presence within the Matrix sparked a new exodus of potentials.
Freeze it.
But because they were unable to stop Neo, the machines turned their attention to those within their grasp. Sentinels set a trap for one of our ships, and from the ship's mainframe, they extracted a list of potentials. The agents leveled their wrath on the helpless, and Neo was the only one who could stand against them.
Now you know that this don't make no kind of sense. Scared of pain, so you fear hurt. I don't celebrate till the body's near dirt. Go to hell, they gon' tell you I was there first. Every opponent would tell you I was there worse. Having bad hunger pains and severe thirst. Have your earth in all black in the rear hearse. Too sticky to let the drama slide. And the sight of the blood will leave you traumatized. I can't do no wrong, least in my mama eyes. I got a gun in the truck, that's little mama size. That boy died from vehicular homicide. The voice, the flow, and the way that he harmonized. Those that's real see the truth beyond the lies. In real life, I'm living proof we on the rise. Yeah, I was too smart to play with the dummies. Rather you kill yourself, save me the money. From the bottom, I don't mind if you pay me in 20s. They pop a lot of shit, but soon as you see them, they mummies. Ha ha ha, you guys is funny. We fresh to death, they alive and bummy. Plug told me 3 words, supply the country. I told him that the bullets and the 45s is chunky. That's why they say you can never get too comfy. Trips out of town, my lump sums come monthly. Might as well all team up and come jump me. This is uneven, I'm the only one breathing. Everybody get they turn, it's sun season. I'm only here for that paper, one reason. Nobody cares though, everybody's a weirdo. Dudes watching your back, tell me who watching theirs though. All you gonna see is the fire from out the air hole. Stick up kids get the desire to hit your earlobes. Left lane, all you hear is my gears, yo. Crown been in my closet for a couple of years, yo. Okay, enough with the foolery. And the costume jewelry. It ain't much you can do to me. The art of war ain't new to me. Little nigga, you better Google me. The city was mine after they said Big's eulogy. Oh man. Jadakiss season. The massacre, telling you, I don't know if I can guarantee your safety next week. Jadakiss season. T5 DOA. Don't ever forget that. Yeah, I mean.
Ashe, peace and benedictions. I gotta say, I'm honestly surprised. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go.
Officially! Yes! What a night! I'm so excited! I've been waiting for this for so long. We finally got the red wave. Bye, Kamala! Vanish forever!
The
Trump
red
2024! Yes!
The red wave. You know, I didn't understand the significance of that when he said that. What the fuck is he talking about? But, you know, with this two-party system, you know, people get tired of the bullshit. And all year, people have been tired of Democratic policies, right? The past 4 years. And, you know, it's the flip-flop. Because you only got 2 parties. So everybody is showing their disdain for what the fuck has been going on in this country for the past couple of years. But, you know, this shit is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? They ain't waste no time. They ain't waste no time getting this shit out of here. Cause that shit crazy as shit. So like this right here is them painting over this mural. You know what I'm saying? It's a Kamala mural that was up next to a gas station. And they painted over that shit immediately. You know what I mean? I guess the video is not playing. I'm gonna try to see if I can bring it back in. Let me see. Hold up. Let's try this one.
Damn. Ding dong, the witch is dead. It ain't even a whole 12 hours yet. They covering up covering up the side. It's over for the ass.
You know, the funny thing is this. This is what people don't see. And this is what I'm telling you. See, Donald Trump knows he's an older man. But you know who his vice president is?
Damn, they ain't wasting no time. Here today, going tomorrow.
We're not going to let you destroy our country. Kamala, you're fired. Get the hell out of here.
Man. You know, she looked like she was coked up on the trail and drunk. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if she on her Tony Montana tip right now. You know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot of people, you know, they was disgusted. You know what I mean? Trump handed him that L. You know what I mean? You know, so it's crazy because he got 2 wins on women. You know what I mean? Like, so I can see somebody saying in the future he can't beat a campaign against a man. You know what I mean? You know, and you know they do got a point. You know, well he did beat Joe Biden though, for real. But they robbed him. You know what I'm saying? But I guess this shit was too big to rig. And you know, with my last stream, I try to stay up. I try to stay up with the shit because I seen a lot of people saying like they were scared to go to sleep and all that. And I noticed that, you know, like how we always see, you know, the first Tuesday in November is always an election. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that ritualistically for a reason. And then it's like it's a lot of weird energy, I would say, going on around that time. And I guess because of that coupled with the heightency of, you know, the election and shit, you know, people just don't go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? They be up all night. You know what I mean? So I try to stay up all night, you know, to pretty much see what they was going to do if something crazy was going to happen or something. And I'm still on that note. Like, I'm still like, I wouldn't be surprised if they do something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like right now, like, you know, people are saying that that they got, you know, text message and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But you know, see how I pointed out where everything with Trump is 7. So he got 277, and look at the votes to 71,000. You know what I'm saying? Told you everything with Trump is 7. You know, so now these motherfuckers is butt hurt, right? Look at drunk Nancy Pelosi. she look like she getting ripped. You know what I'm saying? You know, and who that? Tim Walz with the grieving white person face. Like, you know, that's that weird smile they be giving you when you be seeing them in the store and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, they said that she called and conceded, you know, because of course, they got to make this shit like they taking the higher road because they spend a lot of time talking about January 6th and people acting crazy. And of course, they had the military on standby, and they still got police on standby. You know, which I want to get to in a minute also, because I don't know if y'all seen, but I seen a lot of police sitting in front of like mall complexes all over the city, at least in Philadelphia. So, you know, if you're seeing that in your city, you know, keep your head on the swivel. You know what I mean? But I know I seen that shit in my city that, you know, virtually every mall complex where there's stores and shit like that, they had police sitting in the parking lot with their sirens on. You know, because I guess they was expecting some civil unrest. You know, they was expecting somebody to run up in somebody's shit, you know, and steal shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, so I'm gonna get through this slide. You know, this is you got that. That's that face that white people when you catch them staring at you. This is the face that they be having and shit. You know what I mean? That like inward smile. You know. And these motherfuckers, this is Kamala Harris' children right here, right? Her white children with her white husband, and they acting like they fake crying or whatever. You know, you got black people out there hugging their oppressors and shit. You know, all these motherfuckers is crying and grieving. You know, they sending out text messages where places where people can grieve together and all the stupid shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, these motherfuckers throwing up black power fists for cosplay black people. You know, this is just crazy. You know what I mean? So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a real thing right here, because, you know, she didn't want to come out, you know, and address the people that were standing out there waiting for her. You know what I mean? So she had to come back the whole nother day, maybe because she was too ripped to come out there. You know what I mean? You know, shout out to whoever made that with the AI tip. But this is also happening. So allegedly somebody burnt down uh old HBCU college. You know, this college is supposed to be empty. It's run down. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? That's people saying on the internet, you know. So they're saying that somebody burnt this shit down, which could be like a way of literally gaslighting black people into types of some type of civil unrest. You know what I'm saying? Because people is getting this, allegedly they're getting this text message right here. So this is saying to somebody named Candace, right? Which kind of makes me think, was this geared at Candace Owens? You know what I'm saying? You know, Candace Owens, you holla at me. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that white boy. But anyway, you see this shit say, I'm not gonna go all into detail to read it. You know, it pretty much is saying that you know, telling this person that they've been selected to pick cotton and they're going back into slavery, and they telling this person where to you know, pick cotton at, like what section they're gonna be in and all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, this is some gaslighting for black people. You know what I mean? Now look, I showed earlier, you know, on the other stream that both Democrats and Republicans were sending out messages to people, you know, mainly Democrats, you know, especially to people who either voted Democratic in the past or they was listed as not associated. You know what I mean? So a lot of those people got bombarded by Democrat people hitting them up. You know, you surprised how many people got your phone number and shit. And when they talk about, you know, people stealing your identity and all that shit, is it possible that a lot of this identity theft and number theft and stealing the information and selling the data could have used that to capitalize on that shit to be able to hit people up all crazy like how they did? Because a lot of people was like, damn, how the fuck these motherfuckers get my number? You know, you getting 10, 20 text messages a day, right? So, of course, when they took the L, you know, all of that shit ceased and desist, right? So now you got this, right? Well, let's hit that again. That sounds good. So now you got this, right? You got these messages allegedly coming out. I haven't received no message like this. I don't know anybody personally who received a message like this, but this is the message that people are saying that they received on, you know, online, and they sharing this on social media. You know what I'm saying? They're saying that, you know, they got this message, you know, they angry, they upset, you know, of course, you know, when we look at the history of politics, the Democrats always gaslight black people with racist rhetoric, you know, to get them to go against the Republicans in that regard. And like, even when they when Obama had his second term, you know, from back in the day all the way up until now, until recent times, when Obama had his second term, and he was going up against Mitt Romney. You know, they was telling black people Mitt Romney gonna cut the welfare off. You know, he gonna put us back in slavery. You know, so they always, you know, run with these themes, and this is Democratic rhetoric. You know, so it's not like, you know, they got sound bites of these people saying these things, or that they come out and outwardly say these things, right? You know, I guess, you know, when you look at racism in that regard, like I can say to myself, I like my racism up in my face. You know what I'm saying? I don't like when people throw a stone to hide their hand, and I'm around these motherfuckers and I don't know that these motherfuckers is really racist. I want to know who the ops are. You know what I'm saying? So if the Republicans is the ops, you know, then you know who the ops are. You should be more comfortable knowing who the ops are and working collectively with your peers to come up with solutions for your own problems, because you know who the ops are, as opposed to thinking that you got a relationship with people and they not really with you, but they really the ops and shit. You know what I'm saying? that's why the whole point to break away from all of this political shit in the first place, because you can't trust either side. You know what I'm saying? But the question is this: who sent this out? You know, a lot of people are saying, well, of course, they're saying that the Republicans sent this out. My fault. Republicans is sending this out. You know, this is some Republican rhetoric. You know, some racist Republicans are sending this out to black people, right? So, then that would mean that these would be the same people who was just sending the text messages to get them to vote, right? And if anything, then we should be able to trace those numbers back to, you know, these political organizations, right? Who did their whole canvassing thing. So if that's the case, then they should be able to find this person in no time. You know, if this is a real message from a real political campaign. But if it's just some hackers or some shit like that, then you got to ask the question: how did they get the information? Who's capitalizing off of your data being sold all around and shit? You know, like when you use these apps, right? And you sign up for these different companies, they got the terms and conditions, right? And you know, part of those terms and conditions is that they agree to protect your data, right? So when your data get lost and shit, then that should be an automatic lawsuit for any other company, for any of these companies who quote unquote lost your data. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that should be one thing to consider. So if people is getting the text messages like this from people who not supposed to have your information, then people who are being affected by shit like this, it should be somebody who we should be able to sue, because somebody mishandled our information. And according to whatever terms and conditions that we signed, y'all agreed that y'all would vouch for that. Y'all will handle whatever situation come about with that, right? So, you know, and it's crazy how they tell us get a VPN, you know, get LifeLock and all this shit. It's like, bitch, you supposed to be a VPN. Bitch, you supposed to be LifeLock, you know? Now, consider the alternative here. Maybe, just maybe, this is the same people who were sending you these we'll give you $400 to vote. You know what I'm saying? Like I showed this shit, you know, on a couple streams ago that I got hit up by the Democrat people, and they were telling me, yeah, we'll give you $400 to go out and talk about voting to people, right? But then at the same time, just like on the last stream, we showed how they was going at Elon Musk about giving out $1 million. So he's giving out more money, and y'all trying to like take him to court for that shit. But y'all doing the same thing, right? But for a lesser amount of money. You know, let that sink in for a minute. You know, the people who really saying that they care about the common folk, they're giving less money than the people who they try to like run negative ads on. Like they had negative ads on about people with, you know, with Tesla trucks. Like, yeah, the guy flying past you in a Tesla truck, he don't give a fuck about the taxes getting raised or inflation and shit like that. So they try to, of course, you know, they brought that up because they know Elon is cool with Trump. So they, you know, they throwing shots at him too. You know what I'm saying? So if they throwing, how was they throwing shots at somebody who is offering more money than they are? That's a whole nother can of worms. But is it possible that the Democrats themselves could be sending this kind of bullshit out to people only to reinstill the fear that they want you to have with the Republicans? You know what I'm saying? So the administration ain't even start yet. We got people campaigning. I had the ACLU text me and tell me we're going to stop Trump's policies, and it's like we're going to fight him. Like, and it's like, damn, they saying these things on the cuff, right? But then these motherfuckers come out on the high road and say, you know, we got to come together, like, you know, Biden was saying today, you know. But these are the people who was preaching division just a couple months ago. We got to beat the hell out of them, and you know, these people are evil. You know, saying all this shit about American people, and then after the election, they try to act like they are holier than thou. Okay, we got to come together. Y'all not gonna admit y'all role in creating some of this division? Oh, okay, that's too much. Like, right. So, you know, that trickles down into the average everyday person. You know what I'm saying? So the average everyday person now is putting up shit like this. Now let me move this graphic real quick. Get that out the way. All right, so this dude is saying that he's nervous about picking cotton. So maybe he's being facetious, maybe he's joking, right? But maybe it's somebody out there that may really think that they're going to go back to some type of plantation. And I'll propose to you that you want a plantation right now. A lot of people right now is getting ready to go to work. You know what I'm saying? You're getting ready to go to work to do some shit that you don't want to do to get paid what you know what you're not even worth. You know what I'm saying? That's not slavery. That's not a lot of us refer to our job as the plantation. We say, yeah, I gotta go to the plantation. If you didn't have to work, you would be doing something more productive with your time, right? A lot of y'all go to work to go fuck other people over, and that's your job. Your job is to fuck other people over. You know what I'm saying? Compromising your morals. That's not slavery. You know what I'm saying? Just like when people said, "Oh yeah, the cops, the Trump gonna give the cops immunity." Since when did the cops didn't have immunity? How many cops have beat the shit out of and killed the shit out of black people and they never get arrested? You know, I was with a group of brothers the other day, and I said, "Name to me how many cops get arrested for killing black people?" And it was you could hear crickets in the wintertime. You know what I'm saying? Like and it's outside of the motherfucker who supposed to got locked up for killing George Floyd, right? How many people do you know? How many cops do you know been locked up for killing black people? So since when the cops not have immunity? Y'all make it seem like cops is getting locked up left and right, and then all of a sudden now he's going to come and change that. Like y'all wilding, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? You letting people gaslight y'all to not even look at shit with your logical brain. So maybe this dude really thinks that he's gonna forced to pick cotton. Because just maybe these people are not looking at shit with their logical brain. You know, they just feeling shit. They like it's like Ray Charles, you know, he was blind and he had to feel with his wrist and to feel bitches' wrists and shit and feel he had y'all not looking at shit with your logical eyes. You in your feelings. You blind and you feeling shit and you feeling your way through life because you fucking blind. You know what I'm saying? And it's like motherfuckers got to do some like reverse bird box shit on you and open your eyes and make you realize that your eyes do work. You just closing them. You know what I'm saying? But you know, this is the crazy shit that you're seeing online. You know, with these people. You know what I mean? You know, motherfuckers is now the women is mad at the men for not voting for this fake cosplay person who has no policy and keep telling you to go to their website. You know, when a 78-year-old man can go sit down and talk about his policies for 3 hours on one of the biggest podcasts, if not the biggest podcast in the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? But you struggle through a 30-minute interview with somebody and never answered a single question your whole political campaign. But we were supposed to vote for that. Like y'all raised what, $500 million, right? So $500 the sisters and these HBCUs and all these people who claim to care about black people, all of a sudden y'all raised $500 million for a campaign to flop, and then you mad at us? Like y'all, you had it in your hands, but your candidate was sus. Your candidate was suspect. And y'all didn't care about none of the errors and the flaws and all the bullshit she was doing on the trail or fucking it up. She fucked up her own shit. You know what I'm saying? If we want to be real, like, you know, in the context of the comic book story, right? Because ultimately it's still a script either way. You know, the script plays out no matter who is in office. That's how the game goes. You know what I'm saying? So, well, however conclusion that they came to that, you know, here's one thing, right? They said that the Simpsons shit was off, right? They said Simpsons was off this time, right? Now, if you're looking at the thing correctly, they said that they showed you the Trump 2024 thing when Homer was falling through the portal. And it's funny because they're putting portals around the world now and shit. So when Homer was falling through the portal, he saw the sign 2024, right? And he also referenced, you know, even I referenced it, the Lisa looking just like Kamala Harris, dressed up with the pearls and the purple on and shit. But if we remember correctly, when Lisa was grown, she inherited basically she became president after the country went bankrupt from failed Donald Trump policies. You know what I'm saying? So what that suggests is that, and I was thinking about that shit along the way and shit. I'm like, I don't know, this shit could go either way. You know what I'm saying? But Lisa becomes the president after Donald Trump's failed policies. Go look at the episode. You know what I mean? I'll try to get it, but I remember that correctly. And so that would mean that Trump would have to have been president for her to get the country back from him. So which means is that he becomes the president, right? Now the thing is this: where does Kamala Harris go? Does she just go off into cocaine land? Does she go off into alcohol sunshine? Or does she still remain a force like she said she would be? She's going to remain on the fight, right? Now we just come off one of the longest political campaigns in history, and that's what these people fail to realize. All these people on here that's saying these crazy things about black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people is like they want to disassociate themselves with black people. They threatening black people. Now look, this is the type of energy that people had. The MAGA motherfuckers that y'all said the MAGA people had. These people talking about folding clothes while people still wearing them. And I'm gonna ask, like, how many people you folded that forced you to take a vaccine? How many people you folded that caused inflation? How many people you folded who charge you high-ass gas? How many people you folded who poison your communities in the middle of the night and then come on the TV and complain and apologize for it and then wash their hands with it? You know what I'm saying? How many people you folded who hanged our ancestors? How many people you folded who benefit from the people who did the shit to our ancestors, right? Y'all don't got no smoke for the people who be causing you, who the real cause of your problems. But y'all suffer from displacement, and you take your shit out on what you consider to be the low-hanging fruit. And I wonder how you consider black people to be the low-hanging fruit. Wonder who taught you that. Maybe it's your democratic daddies who fought to keep slavery. You know what I'm saying? And approve all of these motherfuckers. All these approve the negative rhetoric that hit that bombards the black community day in and day out to the point that we hate ourselves. That's why we think that we are the low-hanging fruit, and that's why we take out our displaced anger on each other, because we won't take it out on the people who do the shit to us. But you ready to fold niggas clothes while they still wearing them over some bullshit that you ain't got no control over. You know what I'm saying? And again, how we always say about people, what we always say on these videos, to get them black people off your block list, right? If you black and you got black people on your block list, then you a part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be. You can't block vaccine mandates. You can't block inflation. You can't block high ass gas. You can't block motherfuckers poisoning your food. You can't block none of the bullshit that happen to you on a day-to-day basis that really fucks you up. But you can block a nigga though. You can block a nigga. You can block your cousin, your brother, right? But block some white policies. Let me see you block that. You know what I mean? So these motherfuckers talk about this red wave, right? The red wave, and I didn't understand what that was at first, but it wasn't just, obviously, people focus on the presidential campaign, but it's not always about the presidential campaign. It's about, electing all these other so-called officials who we send to Washington to with our responsibilities in their hands and hearts, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? We delegate our responsibilities as human beings and as adults to somebody else and say, hey, go fix our problems. Go over there and conspire with each other to fix our problems, right? Fuck out of here. But again, when people is mad, right? You mad at one political party, you're going to go to the other one because you only got two choices. You know what I'm saying? You got two choices and one don't count, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So when people went to the ballot box, instead of going blue, they went red. So which creates this red wave, right? You know what I'm saying? And of course, red wave equals 33. You know what I'm saying? And 666. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So either way, they're hitting you with some devil shit. Whether it's a blue devil or a red devil, it bitch is still a devil. You know what I'm saying? That's how they get down. You know. So let me go to some other shit here. Let me get through. I got some other videos here. Now I noticed this shit too. You know, just how like they had the Democratic convention during the blue moon and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So we had this red wave during this red flag fire weather warning, right? So they're saying that because it ain't enough rain lately, shit could just pop off any minute. And of course, we seen the brush fires pick up yesterday on 7-Eleven, right? Of all days, you know, the brush fires in New Jersey pick up. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they say, but they got video footage of them back burning. So maybe the back burning was the pickup. But that's a whole nother can of worms. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm seeing this too. I'm seeing this. You know, this ad keeps following me around social media and the internet and shit. You know what I'm saying? The block blue light, you know, because they're saying the blue light doesn't allow you to go to sleep, right? And the red lights help you to go to sleep and regenerate yourself, right? You know what I'm saying? You think it's a coincidence that they putting all of this shit out here on the fucking this is the ad, mind you, this is an ad, and it kept popping up on the shit and I clicked on it. They showing me this shit for what? You know what I'm saying? Because they playing with the symbolism, you know. So now it's with this red wave and blue, and now it's blue is bad. But before blue was good and red is bad, you know, and they playing with you. Now, remember they said, now the other day I showed this clip and I was trying to make sense of it, right? And I said, I know it's something to it, but maybe you gotta look up the date. You know what I mean? Now, remember when they said the Kamala Harris campaign said we're not going back? Well, your ass went back to the future. You know what I'm saying? Because now we back in the same predicament that we was 8 years ago, right? You know what I'm saying? You went back to the future. So this is the 8th. Tomorrow is the 9th, and the 9th will be the 8-year anniversary of the new 9/11. That's what they called when Trump became the president. The new 9/11. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know, they play with the whole 7-Eleven, 9/11 symbolism, you know, to delete this message, press 7, to save it, press 9. You know how this shit go. You know, so Nova means 9 and Septem means 7, you know, and everything with Trump is 7, you know. So with that 7-9 symbolism, Trump wins in November, you know, and thus the shit repeats itself and starts again. You know what I mean? Because like in the video I showed that I made, like 8 years ago, that in gematria, Trump equals 47. You know what I'm saying? So it makes perfect sense that, you know, for him to be the 47th president. You know what I'm saying? You know, I expressed that the other day, but just wanted to clarify, reiterate that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, black people is just trying to get at other black people about not voting for Trump. And I wanted to play this video with this sister she put together some crafty little words that would beg to differ. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what is it not playing? Hold up. I think it's something with StreamYard, man. So I can't leave my shit up there on the bay. I gotta play it on the fly, or it's not going to play right. That's basically what you're telling me. All right, so I gotta take some of this stuff down. I can take those slides down. All right, so I'm gonna play this again because it won't play because I don't know. All right, what is it saying? It's showing. I took that shit down. All right, I'm gonna take that down. Maybe they're saying it's too much up on the screen. All right, let's try this.
They say they mad Trump won. They say why you vote against your interests? You're black. Why'd you vote against your interests? No. Look, Word to my mama, right hand to the stand. I'm raising up my son to be a boy to a man. Oh, that's transphobic, they gon' say they feelings hurt. But I can't tell my son that it's cool to rock a skirt, that's facts. And then they say we ain't going back. How's that? All the evil's finna get exposed, ask cat. They tried to muzzle me, but I'm a lion, not a puppy. Industry tried to snub me cause I don't party with puffies. My body is a temple. They screwing on your body while they messing up your mental. And Kamala was not presidential. That's why she kept all her real plans confidential. Pay attention. Then they want to scream, my body, my choice. Men need to yell, my pockets, my choice. Because why do only women get a say? But for 18 years, force a man to have to pay. That's crazy. I thought this was the home of the free and the brave. When every day they trying to censor me. How, Sway? And then they try to cancel the facts. We stand by Janet. No, that lady not black. Y'all can't cancel black royalty. Is you dumb? That lady say she finna come and take all our guns. When I just copped a chopper and it sound just like a drum. Intruder come inside, they hear put up a thumb thumb. Yeah, I got an itchy need to protect my seed. Oh, she the new way? That's just a feeble. I heard her say she ain't doing nothing for black people. She was finna trade on y'all like Cain that done Abel. We stand by Janet, know that lady not black. The truth is we can't let y'all alter the facts. A woman is an adult human female, that's facts. The truth is the truth and the facts is the facts.
She bodied that shit, you know what I mean, with truth, you know. Like I like hearing lyrics that have substance, you know what I mean? And you can't refute none of the shit that she was saying. Like, you know, all right, like with these people, they said that the Trump people are erratic, right? The MAGA people, you know, I'm not a Republican. I didn't even play that politics game, but I'm just presenting back to you what y'all been saying about people, right? And it's a bit of hypocrisy in there, you know what I'm saying? Because you got shit like this, you know, this crazy lady right here. So I'm gonna play this video because obviously I see how this shit is laid out now. That if I put the video up and it stay up there for too long, it's not gonna play. So this is an indication of about what I'm about to play. You know what I mean?
Go as far to say that I would purchase a Glock, and if you and I are walking on the same street and it's dark out and you're a white male, you have to be white for this to count, okay? If you're a white male, even if you don't approach me, I will shoot you. Yeah, I know. So, has to be on the street, you and I, has to be at nighttime. During the day, not so much, but at nighttime, okay? And you have to have very white skin, and be a male.
But look, this is progressive policy right here. Now, it's a bit of hypocrisy all over this, you know, peppered all over this. Because number one, she's talking about shooting somebody when the Biden-Harris administration is actively fighting for gun control. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to get people to, you know, to turn in their guns, and they every time we had these school shootings and, you know, mass shootings, they even changed the definition of mass shootings to proliferate this shit even more. You know, mass shooting now is 3 or more people who have been shot, you know, in the same setting. You know, so even if it wasn't the same shooter, right, it's still considered a mass shooting if 3 or more people get shot. But that's to inflate the numbers of the mass shooting. But that's a whole nother can of worms. But that's all of the shit that they're pushing. So somebody who voting Democratic, right, and seems to be a Democratic fanatic, you know, this person is talking about, you know, canceling subscriptions on the spot. You know what I mean? And I'm not 100% against what she's saying. You know, I guess that's my attempt at levity. But seriously, but I can't stand with, you know, with anybody saying no shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, again, people take out their frustrations on, you know, what they consider the low hanging fruit. And in this regard, because she's been inflated with a lot of black rhetoric, right? She sees the white male as the low hanging fruit in this regard. You know what I'm saying? So instead of her expressing her grievances with the powers that be or shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? She want to go and attack some people who ain't got nothing to do with this shit. So she assuming that, you know, her dreams have been shattered by white men, right? But the thing is that you had white men, black men, Asian men, Indian men, Mexican, Latin American men, and women, of all those different demographics vote for Trump. So why is she focusing her anger towards white men? Same thing with the sisters. Why are they focusing their anger towards black men? They all over social media talking about, how they gonna block people and they can't stand niggas because niggas is shit niggas and they used to shit people and all this other crazy stuff they saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why is that? They can take and use this shit to create a gender war inside the races, so that you have white women hating white men, right, and black women hating black men. And so what option does that open up? The unholy alliance that I've been talking about since 2016. The masters of deception, the white man, and unfortunately, in this point in the game, the black female coming together and using their deception and their witchcraft to circumvent and usurp the whole world. You know what I'm saying? Been talking about it. It's not a popular subject. Got a lot of flack from it. You seen the rise of Kevin Samuels and all of the different what they call red pillars. And the irony, right? The irony, the red pillars and shit. But the real red pill is about truth, knowledge, and wisdom. And the real red pill in the Matrix was a love story. Aside from the other archetypes that was in there, but it was a love story between a man and a woman. So I don't play into that misogynist bullshit. So and it's sad that these little fledglings that come up under me, right? They come and they take and they use my shit. Now you see this logo right here in the corner right here. That logo right there is about 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? It's just a collection of hashtags that I've been using. And the red pill rescue shit, that shit came by way of using that hashtag. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother, I had to put that in a book or something. But yeah, these motherfuckers, they come up with the bullshit. So much so now here we are with this gender war shit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to preach togetherness, right? And pointing out the real ops who got us fighting against each other, right? These motherfuckers is gaslighting each other on both sides to go at each other. So we seeing shit like this. You know what I mean? We need togetherness. We don't need people going around doing all this crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So like immediately these motherfuckers, they gather together to fight, Trump policy, right? Now I'm trying to see if I got this video clip in here. Now, I put up a video on the news. I put videos all over the place. But I think, yeah, so let me see. I'm going to play this. This is the video. Now, we're going to do a comparison real quick. This video I recorded in Philadelphia on Tuesday, right? When they had the rally at the art museum. So let's see if this will play. And I'm trying to point out something here. Are they telling me? All right, so I gotta take something down. All right, I got too much stuff up here. So let me try again. We struggle streaming. You know what I'm saying? Struggle streaming at its best. And sometimes it's worse. All right. Now listen to the girl on the microphone. Now this is the collective of this video. Now, when I was down here, some zero footage. Now, there's a part in here where the girl starts going at Kamala. And I want y'all to pay attention to her voice. You can kind of hear a little bit. You hear it coming up. So we're going to let it play out. I don't know exactly where it's at. But I'm building the case. So you hear the drumming in the background. Those people are not a part of this whole situation. Those are the protesters across the street. out, and that's what we want to focus on. So as we go through this, switch it up. Yeah, you'll hear them get louder. Oh, here we go. Listen. And you see that girl right there with the tank top on? Let me see if I can pull it up. All right, so there we go. All right. Now listen to the voice. All right, so I'm gonna stop it right there. Now I'm gonna play this other clip. Now this is from the this is from the very next day, right? So this is the very next day in Chicago, right? So
free Palestine! No hate, no fear! Immigrants are welcome here!
Is that not the same voice, or am I tripping? Now, this lady, I didn't recorded this the same lady talking at the art museum and at UPenn. Yeah, she was at UPenn twice. And who is this person who is going all around all around the town and other towns with the microphone, leading the campaign with the Free Palestine shit? Who is she? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers need to look in and see who the fuck is this motherfucker, because these motherfuckers got some bread. Because how the fuck do you go from Philadelphia to Chicago, and you just going all around wherever the rallies is at? You know what I'm saying? Or wherever the rally is going down, she there. Her and her team and doing that shit. So they putting out a lot of money traveling. Even if you're driving there, that's a shitload of money. You know what I'm saying? And like for her to be there right on time and shit and all that I would suggest that she probably catching some planes or some shit. So so let me play this other clip right. I gotta take this shit out of here. Hold up. I'm gonna play this other clip here. Cause I just caught that shit earlier. I'm like, yo, that's the same John.
All that system stands for!
All
that system stands for!
You know what I'm saying? This is in Chicago now. So now she went from Kamala to Trump. So now they got, look, these is all these people in Chicago. Now it's a video on my news link or news break that has got like 100,000 views or some shit. People comment on this shit every day, and it's a video about people in Chicago, Texas, New York, all over who's people who are expressing their disdain for Democratic policy. And they saying this one guy, the video starts off exactly. The video starts off with this guy. Let me see what that is. It starts off with this guy from Illinois. It say Illinois. It don't say where in Illinois. It just say Illinois. That he's saying, I'm gonna sue you Democrats for the policies that you letting these scumbags come in here, and he's referring to immigrants. Y'all let these scumbags come here, and y'all taking our resources to that. And all these people all across the country are saying virtually the same thing. They're pissed off about their countries, their towns being usurped by people who they feel like are taking their resources. You know what I'm saying? Now see, the thing is that I'm not a person to say somebody's not welcome somewhere. But the thing is this, is that when you giving people, like you got people who paid into a system. When you pay taxes and shit, you're paying into a system. You know what I'm saying? So that system, what they have a saying, they say taxation without representation is theft, right? It's on everybody's license plate, I think, in down there in DC, or used to be. You know what I mean? So if you're not being represented properly by your government and they're taxing you, then that is theft. Simple as that. Like, and everybody should be able to understand that. So when they're putting people ahead of you who didn't even legally come in the country, and they're putting people ahead of you, these people can't even get food stamps. They can't even get food stamps. Like niggas is out here, they can't even. Their job is not covering their bills. These are talking about American citizens. Their job's not covering their bills, and to get food stamps would help them out a lot because the money that they're spending on food, high ass inflated food, they could use to pay their bills, right? Credit cards could get paid. All these different things could get paid. The world could be a happier place. But no, that's too much like right. And especially when debt equals money, and you want people in debt, right? So you see how they're spreading debt all across the board. Talked about this before when they was telling people about, oh, we're giving the migrants houses and shit, and people was like, what? How are you giving these people houses? Oh, that shit ain't right. And I said, oh, that's because they're trying to get them people in debt. Same shit they did with the 2008 housing crisis. They got people in debt. They got people to get houses that they know couldn't afford them, and then the people got in debt. The government don't want the house. They can give a shit about the house. They want the signature. They want you in debt. You know what I'm saying? So all the new people that they brought in, that's new debt for the country. You know what I'm saying? That's how the game is played. But you know what I mean? That we have to go down another rabbit hole. But all right, so I'm gonna move right along here. So let me see if this video will play right here. Now they talked about Russian disinformation a lot, right? And it's funny to me that they didn't call this this text message floating around Russian disinformation, but they called a lot of things that we have proof of that really happened here. They call that shit Russian disinformation. You know what I'm saying? So whatever they don't like, it seems that they call Russian disinformation. But this idea of people sending text messages to people and telling them they're going back to slavery and shit, that couldn't be Russian disinformation. That couldn't be Russian. Maybe it's the Russians, right? Nobody thought about that. Maybe the Russians are sending these text messages out to people, to black people, right? Or they only make memes, or they only get people to post, get people who focus on posting truth, knowledge, and wisdom to post things that goes against the status quo. Maybe that's the only way that they use them, right? That's the only way Russian disinformation gets around, right? You know what I mean? It's kind of sus that they not saying that in regards to this. Wouldn't that be something that could be in the realm of Russian disinformation? People are sending out texts telling black people they're going back to slavery, right? And again, like I said the other day, well, why y'all just let this Russian disinformation shit just keep happening, right? That's Russian disinformation. So these Russian motherfuckers can just say whatever, and look, they block you on your own fucking channel, take your motherfucking channel down and all that shit. They took down Africa Stream, the powerful message coming out of Africa, letting people know what the colonizers is doing over there, right? They took down that stream, right? You took down Africa Stream. You know what I'm saying? Literally. But you can't stop Russian disinformation. Bullshit, yo. I got how many channels that I had taken down? You know what I mean? How many videos that I had taken down? How many comments that I had taken down? And you telling me y'all can't stop Russian disinformation? Bullshit. The fact check didn't come out until the truth did. And that's the facts. Fuck out of here.
To leave your marriage. Your private decision could be left up to someone else's idea of what's right. So if you're unhappy in your marriage, now might be the time to act. Protect your right to choose what is best for you and your kids before it's taken away. Because the reasons that you want to leave your marriage are no one else's fucking business.
See this shit? So these is women now encouraging women to divorce their husbands because of this election. You know what I'm saying? I didn't write that shit. She wrote that. The election results are in. Now the time to leave your husband. See what I'm saying? But I can't make this shit up. I'm not crafty like that. Shout out to Paul Moody. You know, but but uh, these motherfuckers, I'm just telling you what I know and what I'm seeing. I've been talking about this shit since 2016. You know, all respects due to the Godfather. Way before I heard of a Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't a popular topic, and it's like we all every hood got a Kevin Samuels. When we go to the barbershop, we talk about these things. It's just now that the social medias and the YouTubes and all of this shit, and people are saying stuff that brother's been saying. But I'm not throwing no shade on it because he took it to another level. So that's why he's the Godfather. You know what I mean? And all of the people that come along and contribute and bring their knowledge or whatever, I'm not trying to throw no shade. I'm just saying, that these things didn't just start happening. People didn't just start reporting on this shit. I've been saying, I remember saying when the Woman King movie came out, I said, yo, this shit could be like some predicated malevolence shit that in the future you got groups of women sliding, running down on niggas. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the type of gender war that they want for Black America. They want Black sisters going around running down on groups of niggas and hitting them up because for whatever their grievance is. So in this case would be because you didn't vote for Kamala, or we're gonna run down on you with the chopper, like what the white lady said. So this is not even this is so some shit. So it's some shit that I said years ago is now at the precipice of being a possible thing. This white lady is talking about shooting white men, right? So of course, certain sisters like to do whatever the planner class does. So they mimic and emulate and imitate, kind of like what we've seen in this video, whatever these planner class do and say, right? You know what I'm saying? So if they're creating a rhetoric in the whole feminized world, right, that women should retaliate on men for us not giving them what they want. And what's one of the sayings that they say? I don't even want to fuck it up, but hell have no fury like a woman scorned, right? You know what I'm saying? Did I get it right? I think so. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hell have no fury like a woman scorned. Almost felt like George Bush in that moment. You know what I mean? But I made it through. But these sayings don't just come from nowhere. One of my elders said, "Man, I hate sayings," and I'm like, "No, I respect sayings because they're crafted over years and years. Probably who knows how long it took for people to come up with these sayings, but sayings are a synopsis of many events. You know what I mean? So I get there are always the variables to every equation, but a lot of this shit be on point, So what we do see that when women get pissed off, they will do some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that how pissed off are women right now? And then when I say that, I don't want to use that in a blanket way, but how pissed off are the women who are affected by this? You know what I'm saying? And the gaslighters, how much can they turn up the dial on their emotions to get them to respond in the way that would be sufficient for a gender war to take place? We talk about, a civil war a lot, right? You know what I'm saying? But what's not talked about enough is the gender war, because the gender war is a de facto civil war. You know what I'm saying? So these people are now trying to like use this to them as an opportunity, or a travesty, right? Or like what's the shit that Rahm Emanuel said? Every tragedy has an opportunity or some shit like that. I know I fucked that one up, but chaos, wherever chaos is opportunity, or even this order out of chaos. You can't fuck that one up. You know what I'm saying? So to create order out of chaos. So out of this chaos is the new order of things, right? Then the new order is now to have disdain for your male counterpart within your race. That seems to be the narrative that they're projecting onto women right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, see the thing, especially in particular with brothers, You know, when you act like you don't care about somebody's well-being, it's kind of hard to ask them to do something. You know, I remember I was just telling this story the other day. I experienced that shit early on in my life where it was like, all right, I was attacked by a girl, right? And then that girl, like I think in the later on in the day or the next day, asked me to do something for her, and I couldn't process the shit. I'm like, how could you think that I was gonna do something for you after you just fucked me up? You ripped a fucking hunk of skin out my arm the other day for no good reason, and now you asking me to do something for you? And that was my first encounter with that shit. And little did I know that that wouldn't be my last. You know, and it's like, yo, like a woman can really like do some fucked up shit to you and then turn around and expect you to do some shit for her. A lot of brothers been talking about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, shit, people wrote songs about it, you know, but you know, we seem to not, you know, all of us seem to not want to internalize this information. Some have, a lot of people haven't. You know, we're refusing to. But this is something that really needs to be looked at and reevaluated. You know, we can't fix these problems if we act like they don't exist. You know, and a lot of times when we have these conversations with, you know, with our contemporaries and our counterparts, right? You know, there's a resistance, you know, there's agitation, there's attacks, you know, sometimes physical. You know, y'all seeing, you know, a lot of women online right now advocating for physically attacking their man over this kind of shit, right? You know, she's only talking about divorcing somebody, which could fuck up your household and shit. And she's like, she's doing like damage control in this video while she's beautifying herself or glamorizing herself rather, right? Because you know, of course, beauty is natural, you know. But while she's glamorizing herself, and she's just laying out this sadistic manual of of damage control, you know, in regards to her family, like all right, yeah, the kids, you know, they're gonna you get to do this, you do it this way, so the kids is not affected by this, or they don't, you know. But it's like, yo, ultimately, you just focused on getting what you want. And like they're saying, that like the saying goes, all I want is what I want, and I don't care who I hurt, right? They wrote a song about it. You know what I mean? So, you know, this woman is like doing damage control while she's doing this fake shit, right? And she's telling, and she's you know, making this video to encourage other women to like basically follow her lead. Who is this woman? You know what I'm saying? How do we know that she ain't a part of some type of nefarious clandestine, you know, psyop false flag program? You know what I'm saying? How do we know that? Who are these random people who they have all these suggestions, you know, or influencers trying to give us flus, right? You know what I mean? These floozies, these floozy influencers, you know. So let me play. I'm surprised actually that that video played because these other videos were just kind of stuck in a situation. So let me take that out of here and let me try this. I'm gonna try this video here. All right. So what we got here? We got Putin supposed to be saying some shit. You know, now the funny thing about, you know, when I see people speaking in different languages and shit is that you know, I kind of like this way, you know, because then I can now introduce it and then play it. So it's not playing shout out to StreamYard for fucking up. This is struggle streaming live. You know what I mean? So so all right. One thing I always wondered about these videos. I think I seen it in a movie somewhere. I know I had this been imprinted on me somewhere. Sometimes you know when you have a natural thought, and sometimes you know when something's been imprinted. I was seen this in a movie or a cartoon or something where there was somebody speaking who was a foreigner, right? And I think it's more it would be better if it wasn't an independent thought, if you get what I'm saying. So it was a foreign leader speaking on a camera, and it was being broadcast in a different country that didn't speak that language. You know what I mean? And the interpretation, you know, obviously English. You know, so this person is speaking in their language, but the Americans are telling you that this person is saying something different than what is actually being said. You know what I'm saying? And wherever I seen that at, that always stuck with me. Every time I see like, you know, like foreign leaders, you know, talking, I always wonder, it's like, yo, are they twisting their words? You know, I even have seen some allegations that that's what was happening with Osama bin Laden. That when he was making the video, now I kind of beg to differ because people didn't all look the same in that video, in those videos. Like if you put them all together, they look like different people. So I assume this nigga must have had Just for Me or Just for Men beard dye some shit. But that's a whole nother can of worms. That's a whole nother bill. But I heard that people were saying that he wasn't saying exactly what people were saying. So he might have been saying, "Look, I ain't got nothing to do with this shit," and they put the caption on it, like in the dub over it. Yes, all of the stuff that they told us he said. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's happening here. Could be, but this is what they're saying that Putin is saying, and it's really not what you think. At least from what I'm gathering. So let me get this clip back up here because that joint is not playing. Now where did it go? It don't look like the same here. I definitely want to play that clip. All right, so where did this clip go? All right, let me come out of here and try this way. Is this it? That's crazy. This shit just disappeared. Maybe that's why it's not playing. Okay, here, I found it. All right. Oh, okay, trouble sharing this video. All right, so let me try this and try it again. So, all right, it's a video with the folky face on it. You know what I mean? So, all right, they not let me play that video, but I do want to play it. So, give me 1 second. There's more than one way to skin a cat. You know what I mean? They ain't want to let me play that video, so I'm gonna just reconfigure it. Make it a different file type, and so I can play it. All right, here we go. I don't know, 720. Is 720 better? Because I was thinking that if we stream it in 720 and I play a video that's 360, then it should play more sufficiently. But that might not be the case. That might lead to some lag because the video quality is not good enough. I just thought about that. So we're gonna up it to 720 and see if that works. For some of y'all know what the hell I'm talking about, but but the people that do video editing and shit, they know what I'm talking about. All right, let's see. So this is 720 here. And 720
We're
is
not just full of crucial and quite often dramatic events of truly historical scale. Before our eyes, a completely novel world order is taking shape, and it's unlike everything that we know from the past. For example, Westphalian system or Yalta system. New powers are emerging. The nations understand more clearly their interests, their self-worth, uniqueness, and identity. They're ever more insistent in achieving their goals of development and justice. At the same time, societies are coming across a greater number of new challenges, from breathtaking technological breakthroughs to devastating natural catastrophes, from outrageous social inequity to massive waves of migration and most acute economic crises.
All right, my stream cut off real quick. Let me reconnect. 1 second. But he's talking about the new order, the new world order. You know what I mean? Not necessarily the one that the nefarious clandestines are creating, but a response to that. So this is in the making. People coming together, tired of people's bullshit. All these other people who create, these fascist oligarch motherfuckers, right? Who come together and create this blockade and force everybody else to do shit that they don't want to do, right? The response to that is the bricks, right? So they hitting these niggas upside the head with a brick. They tired of the bullshit, So he's talking about that order, you know what I mean? And the thing is that is that a part of those nefarious clandestines, or is this a real response to it? Is this controlled resistance, or is this a real response? Because one thing that makes me consider that is because your man right here, he was a part of the World Health Organization. He was down with he was at them economic forums. He was raised up under them people, right? So I don't think that he just up going to just break ties with the people who got him to where he at. So that it could be, some controlled resistance going on there. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. You know what I mean? Because it could just be, this could be the way for them to break the U.S. dollar. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously we still having turmoil, here with our financial structure, but that it's being masqueraded as growth. It's growth for the oligarchs. For the big wigs, because they turn in bigger profits because they can sell less of what they used to sell us at a higher price. So yeah, that's why of course their numbers would go up. You know what I'm saying? So when these people telling you, oh yeah, they fixed the problem and everything's okay now and shit, tell that to the people who still feel like $100 ain't $100 no more. $100 is like $50. So go ahead with the bullshit. Let me see what we got right here. What's this that I wanted to play? All right, I wanted to play this shit about some Philly news. But before I get into that, I wanted to play this dude right here. Yo, man, these people is crazy as shit, man. This dude is like, he's just the worst. I remember him from a previous video where he was crying and shit, but he's just the worst, man. Like, it didn't come up. All right, hold on. I probably got some echo. Hold on. All right, let me fix that. Struggle streaming. This dude is the worst, man. I'm telling you, man. All right, let's see. Is it gonna play or what? What is y'all doing?
I'm thinking about the people who are not a part of anybody's elite, who are hurting tonight. There are African-American women who know a little bit about being talked down to and know a little bit about having their economic dreams crushed, who tried to dream a big dream over the past couple of months. And tonight they're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt. And they were hoping that maybe this time, one of their own could be seen as worthy. And once again, they're facing rejection. And that hurts. They thought tomorrow morning they're going to walk out with their shoulders back a little bit, maybe able to breathe for the first time and feel like they belong someplace. They did everything that they knew how to do.
What news network?
And it's going to be harder than it should be tomorrow for them to hold their heads up. And they're not the only people who are hurting tonight. If you're a parent of a trans kid, your child's face was used as a springboard to power for somebody. That doesn't feel good. There are going to be people tomorrow. We're going to be handing clothes at the dry cleaners to people who don't have papers. There are going to be people who are going to be cleaning your teeth tomorrow who don't have papers. And they're terrified tonight. And so it's easy to blow this off. Oh, look at the elites. They're going to get their comeuppance. It's not the elite that's going to pay the price. It's people who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare. And those people deserve to be respected and held and talked to. Those are the people who are going to pay the price for whatever Donald Trump decides to do.
Yeah, but Van, how do we know that those people didn't vote? A large portion of those people aren't part of the people that elected Donald Trump.
Well,
right? I think that's a good part of the electorate. And the black women, the party, the Democratic Party, let those black women down. Not Donald Trump.
See, they don't want to have that conversation. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, it's all kind of people that voted for Trump. And they called them traitors. They called them sellouts, right? You know what I'm saying? Because these people didn't adapt a group thought. See, we have to explore what is group thought and cult thought. You know what I'm saying? And independent thought. Your independent thought is when you think and when you logically discern things with your own reasoning. You know what I'm saying? You practice critical thinking on your own. You use discernment on your own, and you you fortified yourself with enough information to properly navigate cognitive dissonance. That's why, you know, at the end of all these streams, we always say only you can prevent cognitive dissonance. You know what I mean? Kind of like the what's that? The Uncle Sam joint when they pointed the screen. You know what I'm saying? You seen Trump doing that shit when he, you know what I mean? I think he did. No, but you know, but the thing is that group thought is when you adapt the ideologies and principles of a group or ideology. You know what I'm saying? Like a religion or a political party. You know what I'm saying? And cult think is when you adapt the ideologies and principles of one person. You know, kind of like religion. You know what I mean? You know, or like, you know, what they consider, you know, certain religions to be, because certain religions in the eyes of the elite are cults, right? But you know, all of these religions operate with cult-like fashion. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have one prophet or one messiah and that person's ideologies and principles, you know, you attempt to recreate in your own life, hence the term Christian, which means to be Christ-like. You know what I'm saying? So you're striving to be this person, to think like this person, to respond to things like this person, you know, which we know would turn it, which would give a lot of y'all ninjas out there leg shots, if you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It'll be a lot of blasted femurs out there. You know what I mean? Because you're not doing what you said that you were supposed to do in terms of being Christian. You know what I'm saying? Because it means to be Christ-like. So when you adapt the ideologies and principles of one person, you are in a cult. Yes. You know, so you could call that a religion, a political party, whatever. But if you adapt the ideologies and principles of one person and you negate your own critical thinking, you are in a cult, you know. And sometimes it's hard to snap people out of a cult, because a cult, or like a group like cult, is because those people don't feel comfortable outside of their echo chambers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they'll throw stones at people, but they will never really come and actually try to communicate with people who see things differently from themselves. You know what I mean? Because they're scared that they might actually agree with you. And some of that cult might wear off. You know, it's just like when somebody's angry and they like being angry, and somebody's trying to calm them down or give them their favorite food or some shit like that. And they refuse that because they want to stay angry. They like being in this angered, like, I'll fuck a nigga up type state, because it is feel like you can feel the power. You know what I'm saying? When you get angry, you stress, you the blood from your dantian, right? Your core, you know, it leaves your core and goes into your arms and your hands, and you're ready to fight, you know. So you can feel the power when you're angry, you know. And it's just like a credible hawk, you know, when he turned green and shit, he want to stay angry until if he see that girl he like, or whatever other stimulant that would make him calm the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? And in that process, you know, that release of that tension, that anger, that power, you know, you'll see a kind of resistance in people, because they, all right, I guess I'll just put that anger on the shelf to glow to, you know, to loathe another time. You know what I'm saying? But it's a part of us that likes the loathing, you know, and that is that energy, whatever you want to call it. Well, I don't know what the technical term would be, but that is also used to keep people in that cognitive dissonant echo chamber where they don't want to hear anything that anybody else got to say. You know what I'm saying? And if you start making too much sense, block, run away from you, argue, even attack you. You know what I mean? If they can't get away from you, you know, it's like having a divine intervention with a family member or a loved one or a contemporary, and you know it gets crazy, it gets violent, you know. So this is how these people act, you know what I mean? So this dude is just throwing out blanket statements, and he's like, oh, you know, it's a lot of people who woke up like this. Now there are a lot of people who, you know, would definitely fit the description that he's saying, but to make it seem like it's exclusively to women, like there's no women who voted for Trump, that's disingenuous. And him being a journalist, that's his job, to be accurate, not to be disingenuous, not to be in his feelings, but to be in the facts. you know, and this is why, you know, places like CNN nobody watches anymore, because there's not real journalism. You know, you're seeing better journalism by independent people who don't even know, who didn't even go to school for that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, so of course, you know, some people like myself are rough around the edges, but shout out to the people out there that really just came up off the stoop and doing better than CNN, doing better than NBC and all these other fucking gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? You know, manipulators. You know what I mean? Reptile speakers. You know what I mean? Because that's what they are. That might have been too much sauce right there. But look, we got the fellow Boule Doughball of the mayor of our city.
Parker, in the meantime, says that she is focused now on the future in the wake of the presidential election.
Parker, a Democrat, supported Vice President Kamala Harris.
We won't be doing any Monday morning quarterbacking about who did what, where, or why, but we will keep our eyes on the prize and the issues that we need to address. Because despite the results of the election, this is what we know for sure in Philadelphia. Gun violence is steadily declining. Homicides and shootings are down more than 40%, but we have no time to slow down.
Parker says she will continue to work with the federal government and adding that Philadelphia will stay focused on delivering for the city.
She's, you know, she's good. She's really good. Look, she got the purple one too. She's really good at saying a whole bunch of nothing. You know, cause they should have had. Look, I think that if y'all would have took her and had her run for president, she could have got over the hump, because she can talk and she can say nothing and make it sound good. You know, she's like a black Obama. She can say nothing and make it sound good. You know what I'm saying? As to opposed to Kamala, you know, word salad central. You know, slap chop word salad. Like not even not even an authentic salad. You know, you love salad, but you hate making it. So you get the slap chop word salad from Kamala Harris. You know what I mean? But this woman can talk. You know what I mean? She can talk, and she got that kind of gospel vibe with it. And she, you know, she put the power in her voice and shit. You know what I mean? Like she looked like Tracy Morgan a little bit. But the point is that she can really convey a crowd. She won the election here in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? But I think because of that brown paper bag shit, you know, they made her aim low and hit. You know what I mean? And maybe they felt like she was too black to put on that ticket. You know what I mean? Shit. Even if you had that would have been a crazy hop jump. Like you just went from mayor and then you got tapped to be a VP. Like if it was a Harris Parker ticket, that two black women, shit, I don't know. That's a double barrel shotgun. You know what I mean? They probably could have got over the hump with that one. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, pun intended. You know, but she's good at saying a whole bunch of nothing. You know, and since her administration started, you know, they just been taxing the fuck out of Philadelphians. You know, and just saying it proud. You know, you're gonna have to pay more for this. You're gonna have to pay more for that. You know, we're cracking down on this and that, and then ultimately everything that they addressing is about, you know, people having to pay more or get less. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, is that what we voted for? You know, so if anybody wants to see a microcosm of what a female presidency would look like, look at what's happening in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that with any bias. I'm just saying, look at it. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying, look at it. You know what I mean? Because I'm not saying that she ain't done nothing good. You know, she has done some things good. You know, she done some things for the interest of the powers that be too. But you know what I mean? She has done some things that's good. I'm not, you know, I'm not here to hate on people. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being neutral as much as I can, because some of the shit is just, the nefariousness is just nefarious, and you know, so you know what I mean, that's just what it is, you know. But in regards to her, I would just say, look at it, pay attention to it, pay attention to what's happening here, because you know, earlier, you know, I ate a little bit of crow. I ate a little crow because I honestly thought that Kamala was going to win. I'm not a Kamala Harris supporter. I'm not a Trump supporter. But just the layout of the things that we've seen, in terms of like female leadership, the things, the role switching, all of the rise of feminism, to the new level, and I think that's one of the things where people were salty because they like, damn, we did a lot to get to this moment, and this moment started way before, August 3rd. You know what I'm saying? This started way before that. This been going on for years. This was the thing I've been talking about, the unholy alliance, right? And it's crazy because in the video that I made, the unholy alliance, literally the thumbnail looked like the dude in the thumbnail looked like Tim Walz. That's what the crazy shit was about. That's the craziness about all of this. That video was like 3 channels ago. So I don't know if I still have a copy of it. I'm gonna look for it, but it would definitely be great if I could find the it's called Double Standard, the Unholy Alliance. But yeah, but that was like 2015, 2016 or something like that. I made that video. So it's just crazy that is whatever. I ain't gonna I'm not gonna keep stewing on that. So all right, let's go to this other clip that I wanted to play before we wrap this up, because we're going to do a short one today. You know what I mean? Because I got to go to work. You know what I mean? Get to $1 at least, So, what I was going to play here? Trying to see what this is here. That's not what I was going to play. All right, what's this? Played that yesterday. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here we go.
It's continue tonight to prevent a possible SEPTA strike. There was a midnight deadline, but union members say there's been progress in the ongoing talks with management. If employees do hit the picket line, it could cause havoc for riders throughout the city, including tens of thousands of Philadelphia students who depend on SEPTA to get to school. Action reporter Leland Pender live in Old City tonight with the latest. Leland.
Well, Rick, negotiations have wrapped up tonight. Just a short time ago, we heard from both SEPTA and the union, and they say they are committed to reaching common ground on this matter, but they haven't done so yet. But the important thing here, both saying there will not be a strike after midnight tonight. Some are worried about getting to school.
It's an everyday essential to me.
Others are worried about getting to work.
I have my own car, but my son takes it to work.
But for now, they can lay those worries to rest. Union leaders emerge from the Wyndham with an update on negotiations, saying a strike will not happen as they continue.
The money wasn't on the table, but the safety issue, the bulletproof vests, the bulletproof jackets. We went and visited SEPTA's virtual room and talked about doing some things that's going to protect the members and the riding public. So it was all in all a good day.
A strike would impact bus, subway, and trolley service in the city. Riders are making alternate plans just in case.
I'd probably log some more steps throughout each day.
I would have to pay more for Ubers or for Lyfts or for taxis.
I might have to take maybe the suburban station and get down here and then walk. So that's like a half an hour, 45-minute walk, but I got to do what I have to do.
SEPTA is currently trying to shore up a $240 million budget deficit created by the expiration of COVID relief money. Recently, SEPTA proposed fare increases and eliminated free parking, but the Transportation Authority says a long-term state-level solution is needed.
There hasn't been a solution at the state level to add funding for public transportation. We're left with a deficit, and that's having a direct impact on these contract negotiations.
And while the union, again, is not calling for a strike right now, it is still on the table as these talks continue. They'll be back at that bargaining table tomorrow at 2 p.m. But all SEPTA services on Friday will operate as normal. Live here in Old City, Leland Pender, Channel 6, Action News. Rick?
All right, Leland, that's good news. Thank you.
So yeah, that's good news that that they ain't on strike, right? But here's the thing, this is a reflection of what we dealing with these people. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this SEPTA up there. Here we go. This is a reflection of what we're dealing with these people. Because like how we talked about the Immigration Act, Section 4, I think it's 212, where it says that the vice president has the power to close the border and send people back across to, if there's a malignant problem. You know what I'm saying? So because they try to act like, oh, well, if you get me reelected, then I'm going to do this and I'm going to fix the border. You could do it right now. You know what I'm saying? Even if the election is over, but y'all still in office and you can still do shit right now. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind that, all right, these motherfuckers came to Philly. How many times they was in Philly? How many times they was here? Campaigning, setting up all kind of shit, shutting down roads, right? Shutting down roads that SEPTA travels on, right? So there had to be some communication with SEPTA to let them have to come up with alternate routes because they having this conference here or they having this rally here, right? So these people who saying that they're going to do right by the country, they were here. They were here in this city, in this beloved city, the First Nations capital. All of the emphasis that they make about Philadelphia. Biden came here, Harris came here. They had concerts here, Oprah was here. They, all of this shit that just happened. They racking in money from this concert, that concert. Where the money going, right? You know what I'm saying? Even better. The people who's giving money to Ukraine and they're giving money to all these other different countries and shit. They claim they're gonna fix the country next go around, but they had 3.5 years to fix it and they fucked it up more, right? Why they didn't say to themselves, oh shit, it's a problem with transportation in Philadelphia. Let's get them the funding to fix it. Remember when the bridges collapsed, right? Remember when I-95 collapsed? They got that money instantaneously, right? We need that shit open, right? But SEPTA, look, the last time, that's why I said it's the perfect segue, because the last time that SEPTA went on strike was when I was making this video, Unholy Alliance, and that was in 2016. You know what I mean? Perfect segue. It's crazy. So, the last time SEPTA went on, and it's like, people in Philadelphia know one thing. SEPTA going to go on strike eventually. You know what I'm saying? They always go on strike. They go on strike. It was one point they was going on strike like every other year or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And the fare just go up more. The fare go up more. The fare, the amenities, shorten up. Are we taking away this shit? Are we putting this back on? We rolling out this truck. All of this shit they've been doing with SEPTA. You know what I'm saying? Now, SEPTA is saying we short about a couple $100 million, $200 million to be exact. And the Biden-Harris administration, not a peep, nothing. But y'all can come here and y'all can exploit this city, right? Fuck up our traffic and shit, because you want people to vote for y'all and shit, right? You know what I mean? With your bullshit campaign, but you ain't doing shit. That's, what the best way to campaign when you already in office is to use your power to fix shit. So if you ain't been fixing shit before, you should be fixing shit during the campaign because people actually can see you doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck talking. You in a position to do shit. So if you wanted people to vote for you, we saw you doing shit. Instead of you telling me you're gonna do shit next time, then maybe, just maybe, a motherfucker would have said, you know what, I fuck with it because I see them doing shit. But y'all never even thought to do shit because your intention is not to do shit. And that's what we keep telling y'all motherfuckers, that these motherfuckers ain't trying to do shit. So in this city right here, right? Y'all everybody want to talk about how when it comes to being a patriot and all this shit, you always want to bring up Philadelphia. But Philadelphia is the largest impoverished city in America with the lowest minimum wage. Motherfuckers is making $7.50 a fucking hour, and y'all motherfuckers is talking about giving $750 to FEMA victims. Stop playing with us, man. Fuck out of here. So how the fuck can these motherfuckers come here and do all of this fucking shit in our fucking city and they don't fix the fucking bus problem? Y'all can't get the fucking money up there. What they said? Oh, it's at the state level. Okay, so what about Bob Casey? And that's why Bob Casey nut ass lost. This motherfucker been a senator for this country, for this city for how long? Ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So they saying they can't get the money, right? I wonder why you can't get the money. FEMA can't get the money. You know, the Americans, we can't get the fucking money. The Ukraine can get the money. Israel can get the money. And migrants can get the money. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? They playing with you right in your face. Right in your face. You can come here and have all of this bullshit, but you don't see a problem with SEPTA. You can't tell me that nobody at SEPTA didn't take the opportunity to say nothing to these heads of the state and heads of the nation when they was here. Hey, look, we got a deal on the table with the city, and we about a couple $100 million short. You think you can help us out? Did anybody have the mindset to say that shit to these motherfuckers? I hope so. Because shit, y'all be trying to make it seem like regular niggas can't do these fucking jobs. But I bet you if I was working at that motherfucker and I'm sitting across from these motherfuckers, I'm gonna bring that shit up on behalf of my company. Hey, y'all giving out money. What about over here? We fucked up right here. Y'all fixed 95, right? You know what I'm saying? So question is SEPTA, is the Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Association is not important as I-95? Let's have that discussion. Where's that in the fucking invoices or fan base or clubhouse conversation? What's more important? Which one is less important? SEPTA, the whole SEPTA, or I-95? If SEPTA gets shut down, is that not the equivalent of a part of 95 being shut down? How many power players depend on SEPTA to get to work? How much shit does SEPTA control if it's not working all together? How does that impact the city? We've seen plenty of times when SEPTA go on strike. But imagine if there's a complete shutdown. Like they said, all right, like if they said if SEPTA was to go down, you still got the regional rail. The regional rail is controlled by SEPTA. But let's say all of that shit was shut down. The regional rail, all that shit. The whole Southeastern Transportation Association shit done, just to a halt. Is that not equally as damaging as a part or a part of 95 being shut down or a bridge collapsing? You know what I'm saying? That's a cataclysmic thing for people in the city, especially during these dystopic times. We've suffered, bus strikes before, but in a dystopic time like this, where it's like where fucking recessions is looming, you know what I'm saying? How much is an Uber ride nowadays? You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker can't afford to take no fucking Uber. So if SEPTA was to shut down, it's people that literally can't afford to get around. They're gonna have to trust hacking again. Hacking gonna have to come back. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't the people who claim that they want better for the country, they get on TV and they talk about grieving and looking at the stars, and all this other weird shit that they saying, right? Well, she said she was gonna roll up her sleeves. Well, tell them to roll up their sleeves and come to Philadelphia and fix some of this shit here since y'all spent so much time here. Shit, number one, to start, you can come back and clean up all the fucking mess that you fucking left down there. Y'all left all kind of trash and shit down there. And pick up all this fucking trash all across the fucking people lawns, these Harris Walls shit. That shit's trash now. Come pick that shit up. You know what I'm saying? How much money did y'all tuck from that fucking from that campaign? Do y'all realize what the fuck just happened? These motherfuckers raised $500 million and ran a campaign that lasted 107 days. Hint, hint. You know what I mean? And tuck the rest of the fucking money. Maybe this was some type of reverse gerrymander shit to get Trump back in office. You know what I'm saying? Because again, the Simpson shit, as we close this out, the Simpson shit didn't play out as the way people thought it did. Lisa inherits the country from a failed Trump administration that put the country in debt, right? Now just think about that. Already the people remember the ad they were saying? Maybe that ad was true. They said all the people said that if her program would put us in debt by like in the 4 or something. I forgot exactly what the numbers was, but they said 4 or something, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And of course, everything with Trump is 7. Y'all go back and check this shit. They said that with Trump is going to be 7 something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 7 trillion or so, or they were saying she was 4 trillion, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that shit is true. Maybe they were saying that, and they said that some of his policies may reignite inflation. You know, maybe that shit is true because it may be a part of the script. You know, and if the Simpsons is on the beam, and if we're gonna go and if we're gonna use the Simpsons like how people use the Bible, you know what I'm saying? If that's the Bible conspiracy, right? So if the Simpsons is according to the book of Homer, right? You know what I mean? According to the book of Homer, you know, Lisa inherits the country from a failed Trump administration that put the country in debt, right? Now, of course, we not going, you know, if that happens, right, is the argument is going to be, well, it wasn't Trump that put the country in debt. He tried to fix it, but the previous administration fucked it up. That's what all the Trumpsters going to be saying, you know. So now, we're shooting down into the dark. We're shooting, you know, into the dark like 2, 3, 4 years into the dark. You know what I mean? So if that hits something, just remember this video. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's all I'm gonna say. If that hits something down there in the dark in the future, just say, yo, what the fuck? Yeah, because you know, when you're familiar with how people do their shit, you kind of like can you know, now I don't want to say predict, but anticipate some things that they're gonna do, you know. And I think that's a better thing when we talk in terms of analysis when we're dealing with you know, certain aspects of academia, you know, that them A words, but you know, to instead of saying prediction, you know, because a prediction is like some spookism type shit, you know, and that's why I be saying, you know, predicated malevolence, because predicated malevolence is, you know, basically intending to do some shit, but even just in that gray area, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think, you know, that's a more sufficient way to assess the situation, you know. So let me play this video right here. That's a mouthful. Let me close this out. You know,
just announced that the city will no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and others.
This pilot program in New York City, drenched in both humanity and controversy, distributed debit cards to migrant families staying in city-funded hotels and allowing them to buy their own food. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einier following the breaking news for us. Josh?
Bill, it's a program that, as you say, generated plenty of controversy, but now its absence may raise even more questions. The so-called Immediate Response Cards pilot program was designed to help feed migrant families who'd found themselves in New York with no way to afford food. The one-year contract provided what the city described as culturally relevant food to 2,600 migrant families, allowing them to basically buy what they wanted. A family of 4 with two kids under 5 got about $350 per week to cover food in a program the city said would actually save taxpayers millions a year. It also reduced food waste. You may remember the food the city had been providing in migrant shelters was seen as not culturally sensitive to the needs of some migrant groups, and it ended up just going to waste. For more than a year, the city was groaning under the weight of more than 200,000 asylum seekers. Officials say the migrant population has actually reduced lately. In fact, a massive shelter on Roosevelt Island is in the process of closing. In the meantime, Mayor Adams spoke on the phone yesterday with President-elect Donald Trump, who had vowed during his campaign to mass deport migrants. Aside from congratulating him on his win, though, Adams today would not say what they discussed.
Programming, yo. But look, this is a gotcha moment right here. Why? Because now this is proof right here that these motherfuckers is lying to us and manipulating us. You know, like, again, the fact checking didn't come out until the truth did. You know what I'm saying? So let's get the right graphic up on the screen. Hold on. Let's get the right graphic on the screen. You know, now, yeah, of course, this is the, you know, we're factoring in the facts, you know, the faculty factor in the facts, you know, but it's also the facts that the old news skips. But I'm looking for the facts over fiction. Yeah, it's that too. All right, but we fact checking the fact checkers. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they said that when people were saying about these I don't, you know, saying that's like a bad word now, the M word. You know, when people were saying about these migrants getting money and cash assistance and shit like that, they said, oh, that's Russian disinformation, right? They might not have used that exact term, but we just gonna play on that. You know, it's a play on words because they just try to shoot shit down whatever, however they can. But they probably did say that shit somewhere. Oh, that's Russian disinformation. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, basically they shot that shit down. They said that it wasn't true. They said, oh, no, they're not giving out no money to nobody. You know, these people were online was arguing, oh, here y'all go with that Republican rhetoric. That's not really happening. They're not giving out no money. Gotcha. This is, you know what I'm saying? So right here, y'all for y'all people who were saying that, you know, because maybe some people who are more informed knew otherwise. But for the people who was saying this and standing on it, here is the proof right here. You know, because look, this is the white verification you need, right? And y'all accept authority as truth, you know, and not truth as authority. You know, that's why you need the white verification in the first place. You know, but here it is. Here's your white verification. Look, here's your white verification. You know what I'm saying? So now what? Y'all said that shit wasn't true, right? But this is proof that, just how we said earlier, these motherfuckers, we bought into the system. We paying taxes, and y'all motherfuckers giving out money to everybody else, and y'all ain't got no money for the people who need money. That's part of the reason why the SEPTA shit is fucked up. You know, and of course somebody can say, well, you know, that's two different that's two different states. Well, Philadelphia is a sanctuary city. So who knows how much they've been giving the fuck out, right? And again, just to blow all of that shit out of the water, when I-95 was fucked up, your man Joint Operation Environment Biden the U.S. sometime, aka Robotus, aka Slow Biden, he came here and said we got to fix that shit ASAP, and they got that shit fixed. They got the shit done. You know what I'm saying? Just like how Ghostface was telling the fat white dude, they got the shit done. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no excuse. Y'all was here, and y'all was here around the time where these people was trying to hash out these negotiations. So why you ain't get that shit done while you was here? Y'all claim y'all want to do shit. Why you ain't get shit done? So this is proof right here. You know, and it connect to the shit that's happening in our city is that these motherfuckers, they got money for all other shit that's not American, but when it comes to the American shit, you ain't got no money for the shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't even fuck with America like that. But you know, the thing is that, you know, in terms of righteousness and virtue, then shit, niggas been calling me this shit. I guess I am a great American. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna leave that shit there. You know, when you come across vital information, right, it's your obligation to share with the nation. You know, so with that said, I say peace and benedictions. You know what I'm saying? Only you can prevent cognitive dissonance, and we out, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a wrap. So let's play the outro.
I am the best in the world at what I have the balls to say things that nobody else has the balls. This is power. Nobody can touch me. This voice. This is power. There is nobody that eats, sleeps, or breathes this business more than me. You're not as good as I am. I'm the best. You're not as good as me. I never had to call myself the best in the world. Other people said it for me. In anybody else's hands, this is a microphone. In my hands, it's a pipe bomb. I am part of a special breed. I am one of a literal dying breed. Everything I have, I've fought for and I've earned. What the hierarchy thought of us. I wouldn't have 5 years of pent-up ammunition to unload on him. I wouldn't have so much to say. And yeah, I got a bad attitude and a bad reputation. I tend to piss a lot of people off. But I didn't give a damn. And yeah, I developed a chip on my shoulder because I knew I was the best. I am the best in the world at what I do.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
I am the best in the world at what I
have the balls to say things that nobody else has the balls. This is power. Nobody can touch me. This voice. This is power.
There is nobody that eats, sleeps, or breathes this business more than me.
You're not as good as I am.
I'm the best.
You're not as good as me. I never had to call myself the best in the world. Other people said it for me.
In anybody else's hands, this is a microphone. In my hands, it's a pipe bomb.
I am part of a special breed. I am one of a literal dying breed.
Everything I have, I've fought for and I've earned.
What the hierarchy thought of us.
I wouldn't have 5 years of pent-up ammunition to unload on him. I wouldn't have so much to say.
And yeah, I got a bad attitude and a bad reputation.
I tend to piss a lot of people off.
But I didn't give a damn. And yeah, I developed a chip on my shoulder because I knew I was the best. I am the best in the world at what I do.
Do I have everybody's attention now?